So now go to the market.
Let me see this.
They should go outside.
Every microphone there.
Policemen go outside.
To defend all manners of people, and that you could just arrest and take away lawyers was uncalled for. We also deprecated the action we saw when the lawyers were brought out from the prison vehicle in handcuffs. They were shackled and they were manacled. Unarmed and harmless lawyers. The magistrate, in a ruling, deprecated this action as most uncivilized and most tyrannical. We must realize that Nigeria has subscribed to constitutional democracy, which involves respect for rule of law and the fundamental rights, freedoms and liberties of the Nigerian people. The government must stop intimidating the Nigerian people because the Nigerian people elected them. The Nigerian people are the dog that wag the tail. The government is the tail. The government is not the dog. The government cannot play God to citizens that elected it into power.
Yes.
We must send this note of warning to the government that no matter how strong you think you are, power and lies have expiration date. And when the time comes, the people will take over their power. This is not the France of Louis XIV of France, who could beat his chest imperiously and say, "L'État c'est moi, I am the state." We made that point, and the court recorded it, deprecated the action of the security agencies, deprecated the action of manacling and shackling lawyers, deprecated in fact, he said, when he said they should be remanded in custody, he never said they should be shackled. And you could see the entire premises here today. It is literally militarized, as if we are in a situation of war. Boko Haram is there.
Yes.
The herdsmen are there to be tackled. They are not tackling them. They are coming to a court of law, a magistrate court, with more than 100 fully armed policemen, even some in camouflage uniform. Only a miserly 5.34%, where section 68 and 69 of the Constitution said they must have at least 51%. In other words, they had barely 10% of the people that were said to want to recall Dino Melaye, in an exercise that the government is said to have wasted over 5 billion naira on. A government that cannot pay salary of its citizens. As we said in our case in court, many of the people are dead people who were resurrected from their graves to sign the petition. Many of the people never knew that there was any recall. And the few that turned up at the polling booth said, we did not put our name here. This is not our signature. This is the time INEC, if INEC wants to show that it is truly an independent body, an impartial body, this is the time INEC should send the police to round up the major proponents of this petition to come and show who these people were that signed this petition. Because it was forgery. It's a clear case of forgery. They must be prosecuted to send the right signal that you do not humiliate people elected just to make a point.
Because of your time, sir, when you are inside, saves our democracy with action.
Our democracy is quite unsafe. That's why I started by saying we are now in perilous times. The courtroom is the marketplace and the farm and the workshop and the store of a lawyer. Who should go out of a court? It should be the policemen. Yes. They should go to their police station. Yes. This is the only court, the only market that lawyers have. How can you tell lawyers to leave their premises?
Their palace.
It's like there can't be two obas in a palace. There can't be two Ezes in a palace. There can't be two emirs in a palace. It's infra dignitatem. There can only be one.
Yes.
And the only oba in a court of law here are the lawyers and the judge. So it is therefore unheard of that police will tell lawyers to get out of the premises when they are the ones who should get out of the premises. But let me warn, we saw these things before. Didn't we see the adoption of Abacha by the 5 political parties that Bola Ige once famously described as the 5 fingers on a leprous hand? Didn't we see the 2 million man march, the 1 million man march, that it was either Abacha, only Abacha or nothing? Yes. So we have passed this part before. It is just that we suffer selective amnesia. We do not seem to realize that history is merely repeating itself. This cup will still pass us over. Yes, and the God I know, that God that delivered the Israelites from the hands of Pharaoh in Egypt and parted the Red Sea and drowned all the army, the entire military armada of Pharaoh. That God is still alive. Oh. Yes. He neither slumbers nor sleeps. So let no one play God. Go and look at what you call the finger of God in Exodus 8 from verses 14. These people will be afraid of God. Yes. There is God. Yes. There is life after.
Enough, and I actually adopted most of the position of the Chief Ozakhome. We shall be back again. It's not right. We continue to say democracy is not about building bridges, building roads. No, building housing estate. That's not democracy. Any form of government could do that. Democracy is the enthronement, the promotion of the sovereignty of the people. Democracy always remains government of the people, by the people, for the people their king, the people their lord. But where you want to intimidate lawyers, if they can do this, this is incipience of tyranny that is coming. Because we are the champions of law of the normal citizens, ordinary citizens, and here we are being intimidated in our very temple. They call us priests in the temple. They never call the police the priest in the temple. Like somebody famously noted, when you are in their station, they will say, go and meet us in court. We are now in court. They say we should leave the court. That's tyranny. We're not going to accept it. Next time we are coming, it will not just be 3 of us, it's just an advanced team. And all other branches must be here to sign a no. The vice president of the country happens to be not only a lawyer, but a senior advocate of Nigeria and a professor of law. People that supported our government was because he was on the ticket. He was on the ticket that he will moderate the excesses, the fascist excesses of military minds, but and bring civility. But it appears not to pull his weight, and that's not good enough.